In a prosperous city long ago lived the most beautiful and sought-after courtesan in the land, Amrapali. With her unparalleled beauty and charm, she enticed kings and nobles alike. Night after night they would wait outside her palace gates with lavish golden chariots, just for a chance to catch a glimpse of her. Amrapali's allure was so great that over time she amassed enormous wealth, enough to buy entire kingdoms if she wished. Yet behind the veil of riches and splendor, Amrapali's heart ached silently. People called her Nagarvadu, the bride of the city. But to Amrapali, this was a gilded cage, not the freedom her soul truly yearned for. The one thing all the admirers and riches could not give her was pure and simple love. One sunny day, as Amrapali stood on her terrace overlooking the city, she noticed a serene young Buddhist monk walking by below. He wore simple robes and carried only a begging bowl. But the monk had an air of quiet grace about him that piqued Amrapali's curiosity. Acting on impulse, she rushed down and approached him. "Come, let me offer you a meal." Back at her palace, as Amrapali served him food, she said, "The rainy season begins in 3 days. Please grace my home by staying here for 4 months, as monks do not travel during that time." To her delight, the monk agreed to ask his master, Buddha, for permission. When the monk approached Buddha, however, the other monks strongly objected. "This is outrageous. She is a temptress who will lead him astray." But Buddha, in his wisdom, simply said, "Let him go. I trust in his meditation and the purity of his heart." The young monk returned with Buddha's blessing. Amrapali could barely contain her excitement, while the others shook their heads, saying, "Mark my words, that beauty will be the end of the poor lad." 4 months passed in her company. To Amrapali's surprise, the monk remained stoic despite her best efforts at seduction. Then one day he said, "True happiness lies not in fleeting beauty or desires of the flesh, but in embracing the eternal light within." His words pierced her heart with profound truth. When the monk returned to Buddha, Amrapali followed him. Bowing before Buddha, she said, "Despite my efforts at temptation, your monk awakened my true self. I now wish to relinquish all my wealth and join your order." Thus, Amrapali became one of the first women admitted to Buddha's sacred order. This story teaches us that with the strength of meditation and purity of thoughts, one can conquer lust and walk the path to enlightenment. In our own lives, sexual desires often arise spontaneously, prompting us to indulge in sensual acts. But no matter how much we satisfy these cravings, they always return. Why is this so? According to yogic science, each of us possesses innate sexual energy, or Kundalini Shakti. In most people, this potent energy flows outwards and downwards, manifesting as sexual thoughts and actions. But with diligent spiritual practice, especially meditation, we can guide our sexual energy to flow upwards instead. When freed of its downward pull, this powerful sexual essence gets channeled upwards along the spine. As it reaches the crown chakra at the top of the head, the energy becomes transformed. It blossoms into ojas, the illuminating spiritual energy that awakens our higher faculties. Ojas gets stored in the brain, empowering the mind with expanded capabilities. People enriched with ojas exhibit immense intelligence, mental focus, and magnetism. Their enlightened words flow like nectar, inspiring all who hear them. Great sages like Buddha, Yogananda, and Vivekananda were shining examples of those who successfully awakened this sacred ojas through self-mastery. So whenever sexual urges arise, remember this: do not fight them. With meditation and pure thoughts, transmute those urges into inner awakening. Victory shall follow.